Warning. This video contains terrifying events, frightening sounds, and psychological horror elements, intended for viewers 18 on lane.
The last call, I had worked as a phone technician for years. It was a simple job usually. I would go to people's homes, check the wiring, fix the problem, and leave. But that night, everything changed. It was 2 a.m. I was asleep at home when my phone rang. It was the company. My manager called. His voice sounded panicked. "We got a strange complaint," he said. "A woman has been receiving calls every night at exactly 3 a.m. from an unknown number. Someone calls but never says anything, just breathing sounds. It's been happening for a week now." I asked why he was calling me at this hour. He said the woman was terrified, threatening to sue the company. They needed someone to check the line immediately, trace where the calls were coming from. I got dressed, grabbed my tools, and drove to the address he gave me. It was on the far edge of town, a neighborhood I'd never been to before. The streets were empty, dark. Street lights flickered as I passed. When I arrived, I saw the building. It was old, very old. Probably built in the 1930s or 40s. The paint was peeling off the walls, windows were boarded up. Most of the apartments looked abandoned. I checked my notes. Apartment 312, 3rd floor. I entered the building. The front door creaked loudly. The hallway smelled of mold and rot, made me want to gag. I found the stairs, started climbing. Each step groaned under my weight. The walls were covered in graffiti, strange symbols I didn't recognize. On the 2nd floor, I heard something, a shuffling sound coming from one of the apartments. I stopped, listened. Nothing. Just my imagination, I thought. I reached the 3rd floor, walked down the hallway. The lights were out. I had to use my flashlight. Apartment 312 was at the end of the hall. The door was slightly open. I knocked. "Hello? I'm from the phone company. I'm here to check your line." No answer. I pushed the door open slowly. It creaked. Inside, everything was dark. I stepped in, shined my light around. The apartment was completely empty. No furniture, no people, nothing. Just dust everywhere. Thick layers of it, like no one had been here in decades. But that couldn't be right. Someone had just filed a complaint. Someone had been receiving calls. I checked my notes again. Yes, apartment 312. Then I saw it. In the corner of the room, sitting on the floor, an old rotary phone, the kind from the 50s. It was connected to the wall jack, and it was completely clean, not a speck of dust on it. While everything else in the room was filthy, that phone looked like it had just been polished. I walked over to it, kneeled down to examine it. The cord was old, frayed in places, but it was connected. I traced the line to the wall jack, checked the wiring. Everything seemed normal. Then I looked at my watch. 2:58 a.m. 2 minutes until 3. My hands started to sweat. I don't know why, but something felt wrong. The air in the room felt heavy, oppressive. I wanted to leave, but I had a job to do. I waited, watching that phone, watching the second hand on my watch tick closer to 3 a.m., 2:59, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10. At exactly 3 a.m., the phone rang. The sound was so loud in that empty room, I jumped. My heart pounded in my chest. I stared at the phone, ringing. I reached for it, hesitated, then I picked it up. "Hello?" I said. "This is the phone company. Who is this?" Static, loud static, crackling through the line. Then beneath it, I heard breathing, slow, heavy breathing, in and out, in and out. "Hello?" I said again. "Can you hear me?" The breathing continued. Then, through the static, I heard a voice. It was distorted, strange, but it sounded familiar. "Why did you come here?" the voice said. I'm from the phone company," I stammered. "I'm here to trace this call. Who are you?" "Why did you come into my house?" the voice repeated. That's when I realized. The voice, it sounded like me, like my own voice, but wrong, deeper, colder. "This isn't your house," I said, my voice shaking. "This building is abandoned. Turn around," the voice whispered. Every instinct told me not to, but I couldn't help myself. Slowly, I turned around. In the doorway, I saw a shadow, a dark figure standing perfectly still. It had my shape, my height, but the details were wrong, blurred, like looking at a reflection in disturbed water. "Who are you?" I whispered. The figure didn't move. The phone was still at my ear. The voice spoke again. "I've been waiting for you," it said. "Every night I call, every night I wait, and finally you came." I dropped the phone, backed away. The figure moved closer, stepping into the room. With each step, it became clearer. It looked exactly like me. Same face, same clothes, same everything. But its eyes were empty. Black voids where eyes should be. "You shouldn't have answered," it said, with its mouth, my mouth. I ran for the door, but it slammed shut. I pulled at the handle, it wouldn't open. The thing that looked like me walked closer, slowly, deliberately. "Please," I begged. "What do you want?" "To replace you," it whispered. "I've been trapped here so long, in this room with that phone, but now you're here, and I can finally leave." It reached out, touched my face with cold fingers. Everything went dark. When I woke up, I was standing outside the building. My car was right there. I checked my watch. It was 6 a.m. 3 hours had passed, but I couldn't remember leaving the building. I got in my car, drove home. Told myself it was just a bad dream, stress from work. But when I looked in my rearview mirror for just a second, I saw those empty black eyes staring back at me. Now, every night at 3 a.m., my phone rings. And every night I hear my own voice on the other end, whispering the same thing. "Why did you come into my house?" I never answer. Because I know if I do, I'll go back to that room. And this time I won't leave.